Hello my beautiful people and welcome to my channel. Welcome to a new review. If you're new here, my name is Martin and I talk about all types of fragrances, scents, whether it's niche, Middle Eastern, dupes, whatever it is. Truly, I'm talking about that. I'm trying to keep my channel as versatile as possible, but of course mostly I talk about Middle Eastern fragrances because they're really being hyped all over the place, whether it's TikTok, Instagram or YouTube. And I have to admit, I'm a big fan of Middle Eastern fragrances in general because you can't go wrong with them. They have beautiful presentation, usually project a lot, great sillage, great longevity. Like you get everything you will expect from a great fragrance for like not a lot of money actually. Like they're quite inexpensive, and today's no exception. I'm going to talk about another Middle Eastern fragrance that is very inexpensive. And I'm gonna talk about actually this one here, which is OUDAIN by LATAFFA. So there are not a lot of reviews out there, and usually when there are not a lot of reviews out there, I will try the fragrance and give you a review because I'm more like into the underrated fragrances, and I think this is super underrated, or at least not a lot of spoken of, you could say so. And so I gave this one a few word tests. I wore this a few times, and also I was trying to layer with other fragrances. But yes, let me get started just to show you the fragrance here. It's nothing too special. I do think you get a very heavy glass bottle, a nice component, but really what, as I always say, matters is the scent itself, also the atomizer, because I do appreciate a nice atomizer. It's okay, I would say. And the scent, I actually have it here in my hand. As always, I will just put a few more sprayers. From what I've tried so far, like when I tried the fragrance, what I can tell you so far actually, this is a super heavy fragrance. And the reason why I'm actually talking today about this scent is because we're actually entering the fall season. It's getting colder, and of course I'm gonna talk about more fragrances that are appropriate for the colder weather, so most like fall and winter fragrances, and this fragrance definitely falls into that category. So yes, this is the first thing. This is definitely not a summer scent. I've tried it once in the summer heat, and I mean, it's not like I hated it, but I definitely felt like, okay, this is not really shining. You don't really get the best out of this fragrance. So I think this one really shines in the colder weather. So yes, a fall scent, and as I already said, it's super heavy. It's very intense. It says OUDAIN, so it's supposed to be like a blend of two ouds. I would say that you have oud in here, but it's definitely like on the synthetic side. It's not very animalic, which I'm very thankful for. And what I can tell you as well is from the notes you're supposed to have here orange, you're supposed to have like caramel, you're supposed to have saffron in the opening, and vanilla and tonka bean and oud as well. I don't really get the orange, but what I definitely get is something that's like orange, but like a sweet, like, how can I say, like when you think about like winter bakery and like super sweet, like orange mixed with cinnamon, this kind of aroma, this kind of like scent or smell, this is what I kind of get. So the orange in here, if you are going to get it, I barely get it. It's not like a very fresh orange. It's definitely like a very sweet and dark orange mixed with a lot of spices. I get very spicy touches from this fragrance. There's no cinnamon in here listed, or cloves or cardamom, but I feel like I get everything. It's very spicy, very oriental. Like the first time when I smelled this, I was getting like Oriental Spice Bazaar. This is the vibe I'm actually getting. The saffron, yes, you have it, and you have it more like in the background. Especially in the opening, I feel like you get a slight blast of saffron, but I feel like the saffron is like getting chopped by the oud. I think the oud really is the main character here, but it's a very nice blend. The vanilla, you definitely get the tonka bean somehow, yes, like because it's very creamy. I think it's a very creamy scent, and as I said, very deep, very sweet, kind of gourmand like, but it's not a gourmand fragrance. I would just say it's a like gourmand kind of fragrance because I feel like you have like some spices in here and vanilla sweetness. You have the tonka bean in here, which makes it slightly edible, but like in a very oriental kind of style. So you do have to like oriental fragrances to enjoy this scent for sure. And as well, I would say that this is a unisex scent. It's marketed towards men and women. I feel like Both can vary. I see this one more like on a man, but however, as I always say, there's no gender when it comes to fragrances. So I feel like a woman can pull this one off and a man can pull this one off. If you're looking for like a very happy scent, prideful kind of scent, this is not really it. This is more like in the mature kind of category, even though like it's kind of gourmand. And just to explain it to you a little bit more, how can I say, to be more precisely, this reminds me of a few fragrances actually. And the reason why I actually ordered this scent in the first place is that it's supposed to be very similar to Alexandria 2 by Xerjoff, one of my all-time fragrances. And I was like, okay, maybe this is gonna be a good dupe, so let me try it. I don't get Alexandria at all. So if you're looking for a dupe of Alexandria 2, then this is not it. I do have to disappoint you. However, it reminds me of two other fragrances. The one I have here, the other one I forgot to take with me. However, this is the first scent it kind of reminds me of. Amir Al Oud Intense by LATAFFA. And I feel like what they share, have in common, is like that burnt kind of feel, that super dark, sweet kind of scent, very synthetic. However, OUDAIN is more creamy. This one here has like more of like burnt sugar kind of feel or smell, and you get the marshmallow in here. And this is supposed to be a dupe for By the Fireplace by Mace Margiela. It's a very good dupe. I even prefer this one over the original one. And it also reminds me of Hamra by LATAFFA, which is like one of the most hyped fragrances. I think also perfect scent for fall and winter. However, Hamra is also more synthetic, and you get like the touches of dates and plum. It's very boozy. This one is not boozy at all. This one is just very creamy, very sweet, very woodsy. Like it kind of has like something in here smells like burnt woods or like burnt oud. I wouldn't necessarily say bahur, but like very like burnt woods, and you get the oud as I already said. I wouldn't say that this is a very complex scent. It's very well blended, but complex in a way it's not that it's versatile. I think it's very linear from the beginning to the end. It kind of smells all the same. And in the dry down, I think it gets more softer, which I do like. So like in the first 2 hours, especially if you overspray, but I'm gonna get to the point later. In the first 2 hours, it can be a little overwhelming, but it develops very nice, especially when it sits on your skin, on your clothing. You get a very nice whiff of like oriental creaminess. I love it. When it comes to longevity and of course the sillage, this is a beastful fragrance. Like it's on the level of Shagaf Oud or Oud for Glory by LATAFFA. Like really, really long lasting. I can spray this on myself and I can get like around 9 to 10 hours. I don't know if it's only on me like that or if I'll like really have a great batch, but this is super long lasting. It projects a lot, immensely. Like I'm an oversprayer, so I'm not even overspraying with this one here because I know it's just gonna be like filling the room. It's a room filler, and usually I like that, but not with every scent. So I would say like with this one, 5 to 6 sprayers are enough and you're good to go for the next few hours. The projection I would say is there, but it's more like the longevity that is super great. The projection, however, is great as well. Like this one, you gonna like people will smell you, especially if you overspray with this one here. I think you're gonna knock out people, so you do have to be careful, especially like when it's warmer outside. I would only recommend you this fragrance fall and winter, like this kind of season. Maybe like if you're going out on a date night, special event, I do think it's work appropriate as well. But I think because it's so dark, it's so deep, it's sweet, there's something very mysterious about that. I think it's gonna shine like for special events, honestly. Of course, it's kind of signature scent worthy as well, but I wouldn't necessarily think of this one as a signature scent. This is, as I already said, fall winter, and I think for that price you can definitely do this one. I paid, I think it was 21 euro, so around 20 euro you can get that scent, 100 ml, super nice, super great, love the price. And of course the quality is amazing. I didn't expect anything else. I was just only scared it's gonna be like too animalic because of the oud and because they're mixed reviews, but I'm super happy and confident with that scent. I can only recommend it to you. However, if you already have Amir Al Oud Intense, or if you have Hamra as well, you don't necessarily need this scent. But if you're like a perfume collector like I am, then go for it. At least you know what you're gonna get. This is just my perception. This is how I feel about the scent. And this is actually everything I wanted to say. I really enjoyed doing the video, and if you liked the video, then please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I will really appreciate that as well. And I hope to see you very soon for another review. Thank you.